Hello friends, look, the archway has moved. So it's just going to be decorative now. I will not be walking in or out of this archway. I put one of the trellis here. Might not show up very well against the green, and the other one here. They don't match. I kind of don't care. I'm not a very precious sort of gardener. I'm a make-do sort. So here's the pathway, of course, is still here. This is the one that Mama Dory built. When it originally this garden just went along the house and along the driveway, and I'm the one who turned it into a square. But I keep this pathway as my walk in. Rosemary's surviving. Lots of it died, but it's gonna make it. I'm very proud of it for surviving. Sorrel greens also thriving. The mess of tomato cages has so far kept the deer away. Artemisia coming up. Well, looking at it from this side, I'm going to tell you that I will replant the Jack Manny clematis here and have it grow up this guy and across. Clematis likes to have its roots shaded, and then it wants to grow up towards the light. So I'm thinking that the artemisia here will keep it fairly cool so that it can thrive. We've got some paper whites coming up. We've got some paper whites already blooming. Look at these guys. Look at these guys. They're so happy. This, I think, is their third year here. I moved them from another location, and oh my goodness, look at them. We got peonies getting ready to start blooming. They'll get much bigger, and then the ants will chew that off. And the apple is starting to bud out and looks like getting ready to bloom as well. Yes, there are wasps everywhere now. Fence that may never exist. Fence poles that look awful to me. Let's go look at the yeah, look at this. The hazelnut is starting to bud out. This is the one that I pruned quite a lot, and still thriving. I pruned anything that was rubbing on another branch or crossing over, and that kind of anything that sort of stuck out. Here's my garlic greens. They're getting ready, I think, to bolt. I should probably cut a bunch of them to eat. We've got little baby elderberry, little baby elderberry, little baby elderberry, giant parent elderberry. Elderberry is not a very hardy adult plant. See, look at this. It's got all these dead branches. Anytime I prune this guy, the branches tend to die off. And I think I've heard that you can make whistles out of elderberry because the stems are hollow. So I guess that just does not prune very well, but it survives. It has no issue at all with coming back. None. Oh, look, more elderberries. More baby elderberries. And we've got fire ants. I'll have to get my husband out here. I told him that they were out here, but I didn't show him where. This is all weeds. Weeds, 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 weeds. Weeds, 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 weeds. All kinds of weeds. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing with this area. Here's my other hazelnut. I dug up one of the hazelnuts and gave it to a friend of mine because I figured 3 was a bit too much. I have not pruned this one. You can see that this branch has twisted all the way around, and it just needs to be cut off. from the ground. It's a bit of a tangled mess. You don't want that with any sort of tree or shrub, because it will, when the wind blows, it will damage itself. All right, no sign of life yet on the fig. Lots of signs of life here on my little service berry. That's the wee service berry. It always looks like it's dying. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh, it's dying. And then it does that. Asparagus, still just one stem. So we've still got some time before we can harvest it. I was looking for the other, I've got little starts of asparagus all along in here. And this has just gone crazy wild. There's a maple tree. Here's another maple tree. So here's the raspberries making a comeback now that winter's over, because it's spring now, springtime. Oh, what on earth? What is this? That looks like a peach tree. What is this? Here's my big service berry. Again, always looks like it's dead. And in fact, one of the big branches did die. That's him. Here's our other asparagus. This is one of the ones that I transplanted from my old house. Still just one stem. You can't harvest one stem. There's more over here and it's not putting up any. So that makes me a little worried that maybe that guy died. That makes me sad. One of my strawberries walked all the way over here and planted itself. There's also a lot of wild strawberry in here, but this is domesticated strawberry. I did come along and tried to cut all of the vines off the house. I didn't get all of them. Here's a woad plant getting ready to bloom. I've never seen this before. I had 2 of them and only this one survived. I don't know if it has to cross-pollinate. If it does, it's out of luck. But you'll notice something else. I took out the dead, the old greenhouse that I had wanted to use as a giant trellis for runner beans, but the beans never got more than maybe 5 or 6 inches tall. So it was starting to fall apart. Look at this guy. This is one of my blueberries. We don't get to eat the blueberries. The birds get to them before they're even ripe.
And the baby blueberry. It's a baby blueberry.
We've got lots of wild violets. I love them. Have speedwell. That's that pretty little blue flower. And wild violets. This is mosh getting ready to bolt. So edible herb, edible weed. One of my other garlic, one of my other garlics getting ready to bolt. This guy was on the greenhouse, so I just stuck him there. I don't know what to do with these things. It's like, oh, put it right there. I think it looks kind of pretty. So yeah, that opens up this corner of the garden. The grapevines are starting to bud as well. No sign yet of the sunchokes. So we're waiting to see if they survived last year. I don't know what I'm going to do to protect them this year. I might get some chicken wire and just sort of put it over their area because the deer will absolutely eat them down to the ground. And some plants can survive, you know, kind of being noshed on, but not being taken all the way down to the ground over and over again. That's just not feasible. So I have done some raking, some digging, a little bit, not a lot. There is a lot to do. I'm noticing that there's a lot of that coming up. This little tiny leaf here is coming up all over the place, and I don't remember what that is. It might be the wild aster, and I'm fine with the wild aster growing over in that corner there, but I don't want it in any other part of the garden. It is native. It's very good for bees. I like it. I'm happy to host some of it, but not to let it take over the garden. This is my other thing. I put these here, and I had poles going across, thinking that this would allow me to grow vining plants, and then that would shade the greens so that the greens would be nice and cool because they like shade. And none of the vining plants ever grew. I've tried peas, I've tried cucumber, I've tried squash. So since those are not growing for me, or haven't, I don't know what to do with these. The purpose of them is to have this net on them and to grow vining plants up them, but with the squash beetles we've got now, there's just no there's really no chance to grow any kind of squash anymore. I have heard of some people that if they alternate years, they do okay. But I just had them completely decimated every time I've planted them. The squash beetles, the squash bugs are intense. Well, I will not go hungry if I decide to eat the wild garlic. It's everywhere. We do still have some strawberries in here, good. This is the strawberry patch. This is the wild strawberry, the Russian strawberry that doesn't produce very good fruit. This is the good strawberries. So I'm glad to see a few of them are still in here. The good strawberries do the white flowers. The no goods do yellow flowers, which makes me sad because I love yellow flowers. So I'm gonna show you my dandelions. Oh my God, dandelion. Dandelions are just ridiculously beautiful. Look at them, especially like with the wild violets. Look at that. Look at that, the wild violets and the strawberry. Oh, sorry, the dandelion and the strawberry and the wild violets. It's so pretty. I can't stand it. All right, so changes in the garden. Good changes. Coffee pile, banana leaf pile. That's gonna hopefully turn that barren patch there into something useful. I've also raked a lot of coffee grounds into the sunchokes because they're very hungry plants, from what I'm told. Yes, the stuff is all coming back, so I'll be pulling that up again, you know, forever. What is that called? Mugwort. I planted it again over there, but I'm not sure if it's actually come up. Of course it's come up, you know it's there. All right. Be well, y'all. Ooh, leaf garlic. Ooh, no, that was my finger. Ooh, leaf garlic. Ooh. Be well.